Okay. And hello, Rose. Did I miss you? I'm sorry. Well, she still hasn't connected, so everyone knows I'm sorry. All except Rose. She'll be connecting soon. Okay, so Joy moved the motion. Anyone just second that was a true and accurate representation of the minutes?
Yep.
Who else was there? Tanya. Thanks, Tanya. Rightio. So now, is there any business arising? If you just want to have a scan through and just see if there's anything that's coming out of that you'd like just to see clarification on. We will talk to a few things soon. Resources. Just jump in and ask any questions if you have any. Emma, you'll see that we practiced with your application last meeting. We're just talking about how we're going to do this, and so we read yours out, and then what we did is we moved a motion to approve your Fraser Coast Hub, and that got moved. So we're just doing this to ensure that we're getting it written down that it is a under the Pink Flamingo banner, so that means everything's under our insurance. And then we also formalised Bundaberg and the Maryborough and the Kingaroy one as well, just so we've got it recorded that these are the key ones that have opened up. And then the next thing will be probably the Harvey Bay one. We'll do an application up for that, Emily, and see about Fraser Coast sponsoring it, supporting it.
Yeah.
I've updated the form that Emma filled out because it was a bit, I think I even asked Emma, it was a little bit confusing at the end. So I went back in and played with it and made it a little bit more simplistic in regards to the coaching side of it. Like, you know, you need to do the foundational one, but then the next level up, would you like to do that? Or have you got that level, or is there someone else that could do it, or something like that? I've just made it a little bit more simple. I think Em, you said it got a bit confusing near the end of that application.
Yeah, but all the information was there. So.
Oh yeah, good.
Cool.
Any business arising?
There's a few things, but will we be going through a few things?
Yeah, we're going to go through a few things that are on the agenda tonight. There is one thing in regards to Jody put in a grant for to fund a track bike, but was that the one that didn't get through, Joe?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So unfortunately that didn't go through, but that's quite common with grants. You get lucky with one and then you miss out on the next two or three. So
yeah, I don't think they wanted to give me any money.
We'll just do it again and put in some different wording next time.
I wonder if we look into businesses as not to go on the or anything, but I wonder if there's a different way of getting businesses to give you money, not as in big businesses. I wonder bigger businesses around the particular hubs. I don't know what, after that discussion that Ben had, that they said that big building, whether that's the thing, not on the kit.
Yeah, actually I've got grants update in our thing to talk about very soon, so we might talk to that too in relation to what we could do
with events even.
Yeah. Okay, so there's no business arising except for Jody's thing, so we'll move on to correspondence. Is there any outward correspondence, Gab, Tina? I don't think there was this month. I know last month we sent out those thank you letters, but I don't think there's anything this month. Gab,
outgoing?
Yes.
Not that I'm aware of. I didn't send that invoice out yet. I'll do that next month. The incoming was that that questionnaire I'm filling in.
Oh, yes. So it's been,
I've started.
It's been nearly a year since I put us in as a riding group through Oz Cycling. So we got an email the other day and we've got to refill it out. So Gabby's going through and refilling it out, and then that'll, I think next month then we pay our insurance for the next year.
We've got a fair bit of time.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
put that as incoming.
The
Okay.
outgoing, we still haven't done invoice for the mountain bike club. Is that what the invoice?
That's what Gabby's doing. We talked about it. You got my template idea, didn't you, Gabs? For the invoice for the
Yes, I had to talk to you about that. Yeah, I had to talk to you about the GST and everything, and then I never got back to it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Been
That's okay. There's
pathetic.
no GST yet because we haven't got enough.
No,
time.
it was remember the ABN, and I had to
Oh, yes.
I had to sort out, and
We
it
got to
wasn't
get yes.
actually a donation, it's sponsorships, and that was my issue. If it was a donation, it wasn't an invoice. If it's sponsorship, it is an invoice. That's what we. But so I got stuck on that, and then I talked to you about it, but never got back to it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I did. But what do we decide?
We call it sponsorship. So it's where you're getting something in return, and that's when you would issue a tax invoice. It's
Yes.
not actually a donation. So
Yes.
I guess it's what are we getting in return?
So
But,
what are they getting in return? And if they sponsor us, potentially they're going to get new memberships. So that's their return from sponsoring.
I'll just call it sponsorship and be done. Okay, I'll get on to that.
Righto. Okay. So in regards to my present report, Tina's written a few little notes here for me to talk to. One of the first things I want to raise, but that we didn't put down, was we are finally an incorporated organisation. So we finally have that done. But I was just questioning him the other day about ABN, and that turns out it's something that we've now got to do. We've got to now apply for the ABN, Gabby. So that's
Okay.
a job that I need to get done this month. Like you and I need to sit down and do that. So we've got to now apply for an ABN under our corporation. And then we've got that ABN number that we can add to our invoices.
Okay.
So that's an action that you and I will need to work on.
Okay. No worries.
So the web page has got started. So it turns out to create a web page, as easy as it sounds, there's a lot to do, and there's a lot of background information that needs to go in there. So they can't just develop this thing. I've got to give them all this information. So I've done a few days of work of giving her stuff, and now we're up to the next phase of I've got to get more stuff to add in there. And I say stuff because it's just a jumble of ideas. So the web page is started. It's about halfway through. I've allocated next Tuesday to sit beside Katrina at work, and we're going to finish the website off. It's called external service, people. External service. So we're going to finish the web page as much as I can next Tuesday and try and get it established. Now, there is one thing that popped up today, Gabby, that I text you guys about. Turns out that they need to charge a credit card. And we didn't get a credit card when we set up our bank account. So can we get a Pink Flamingos Australia credit card?
I think we should get a debit card, not a credit card.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll also be good for Jen with the resources too. In order to pay for the resources, I think it would be better than us trying to juggle these payments. So yes, can you look into getting that, because we actually need to pay the website fee through a credit card.
That's the only way to do it. Is that the only way to do it?
If you're in America, it can be direct debit, but outside of America, it has to be a credit card.
Okay.
Hi, Bali. Mwah. Hello, gorgeous.
Is it allowed to be a debit? You probably could do a debit card.
Credit,
Hey,
that's fine. Yep. It's just got to be a chargeable card like that. Yes.
right.
Yeah, so the website started. Now Katrina is also working on our logos. We've got no excuse. We've been just flat out at work trying to finalize the term. We're finally finished. So Jen, this weekend, this is Jen White. Sorry, Jen White. This weekend, she's going to finalize those logos for us, and I'll be able to get them to you so that we can get the resources underway.
Excellent. Good work.
Yeah, we've been slacking. Trina keeps saying, oh, Trix, I've got to get to it, but I just haven't had a chance. Marking just got a bit much for us, so we've finally got over that, so we're ready. I want to just also acknowledge that the Pink Flamingos that have stepped up into crit racing. Now, when we started this, it's not about pushing for racing. Our whole idea of Pink Flamingos is really this holistic idea of people being on hybrids, on cruisers, on mountain bikes, on road bikes, doing whatever they enjoy doing, and it's empowering them to do that. So it's been really lovely to see ladies step into crit racing as well. And with this 4 series that we've got going, and you would have seen the photos the other day on Facebook, we were all pink flamingos in our race the other day. So that is really lovely to see. The hard part's going to be when we have all these pink flamingos racing, but we're all from different clubs, and then we have to think, oh, that person's my competitor. They're a different club to me. But it is just so nice to see the flamingos being involved in that way. So well done to everyone that actually has got started on that. We finally got our kits arrived from Santini, and they're actually a great fit. Like, I must say, really impressed with the quality of them, and they're a good fit. There was an issue with refunds because if they didn't get a minimum of 5, they couldn't run the outfits, and I hadn't heard from him, so I actually assumed that they might have just allowed it through, but they didn't. But neither did they give refunds. So Emily was made me aware of that the other day, because I actually also hadn't been refunded. So I got notification yesterday that that's been refunded. So those ladies will actually get that back. So the next step will be actually looking at how we're going to source and where we're going to source some new kits from. Jody, I saw your text. Thank you about going through the thing, and I'm going to look into that. I'm looking at Neopro at the moment, and I'll have a look at the one that you mentioned as well, because I think they've got that more comfy sizing. So we'll see what we come up with in regards to that. So hopefully in the next month we might come up with another kit, a different brand, same design, but a different brand, so that we can get them done. I'm really looking at someone that can get something within 4 weeks, so ladies aren't paying out a lot of money to get these kits. In regards to grants, I'm currently looking for some grants. The one that I did last time that we got knocked back on, that's come out again, and it's due probably at the end of this week. It's in my diary to write it up tomorrow. So I am going to apply for another grant through that's not female founders. I've actually got it here because I've got the list here. Grants. Investing in Queensland Women. So I am going to apply for the Investing in Queensland Women's grant again this time to see what we can get from that. I did get feedback from the last one, and they said that whilst we fitted the category and got to the sort of the finals, if you could say that, what was lacking was that we didn't focus on a particular category that needed assistance, and then how could we support them if, say, they financially couldn't support themselves. So I'm going to look at this one in a slightly different angle, and potentially look at sourcing money for the female training coaches, for getting some bikes so that we can actually hire them out to ladies so they can have a go at cycling on a decent bike. And the reason I'm thinking that is that we had one lady the other day who came to Bundaberg Club. She was given a bike which was dodgy. It was a dodgy bike. Like, even when I got on it, I didn't feel safe. And she emailed the other day saying, look, she's not going to continue on. She prefers to run. And I thought, I wonder how much that has to do with the dodgy bike that was given to her. If she had have got a nice bike just to try riding, just a few weeks of riding a hybrid or something that's just comfortable and nice, but you still feel that you can ride well, maybe it might have been a different experience for her.
I totally agree, because and she's gone on a kind of I mean, it's not a bad bike, but it wasn't great, and her gears were super annoying anyway, and she's now moved to a different bike because she's really good, and I forced it a little bit. But she's going to be really good though, so I'm really excited about it. But yeah, she would have been probably put off if it kept happening, I think. And I think, yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a great idea, because we've got 2 bikes now down here that I can that I've been giving my bike, because I got the new bike, so I've been giving my old to had it. And that's why she's kept on. That's why she's bought a new bike in the first place. But it's
Yeah.
a great.
I think that's just the need that I've seen, that it can turn ladies off if they're on a bike that's,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a safe bike. So that's my thinking process at the moment. I'm just looking at ways we can get funding that's going to support. Another thing that we could potentially even put into that, which I'd love to do, is a big like a weekend workshop where women can come along, but it's a time of empowerment where we talk about, the bike skills, about health and fitness, about nutrition, about the mindset, go out on rides, real social type of thing. So I might look at writing that into this grant as well to see if we can get something. It might be that we can fund ladies to go to, say, Brisbane and have a weekend down there and do rides, do this big conference, or they can all come to Bundaberg. Who knows? It's just, so anyway, I will work on writing that up. I was also given this brilliant list of all the different grants that are around at the moment that we can access and look at. So I'm going to have a play with that as well. But interestingly, the other thing I think I'll try and do here is that when it comes to the individual hubs, it's actually encouraging them to see what they can get within their own region, because it might be that, say, Emily, I heard the other day, and I think I told you about this, that the council has volunteer grants that they give money out for. It might not even be the council, sorry, it's a federal minister or one of those ministers. He's got grants that he gives out for volunteering. We just have to apply for it. So maybe what we can do is get the individual hubs to go to their councils and to their members to find out what's available, what have you got that could help us, and see about trying to fund things. And that funding then can go to that individual hub then, if they can actually get that funding. The other thought I had around that was it was the councils, it was the members. No, it'll come back to me in a minute. Something about funding. Anyway, so that might be something that we start talking to as we get new hubs. We start encouraging them to see what they can actually access. I know, I got it. It came back. Australia Day Awards and Queensland Day Awards. They are also coming up. I saw something the other day, and again, I've been too busy to jump on it, but there's a Australia Day Awards that you can actually put a community group in for, and each of the regions actually have this. So it could be something that we look at for Bundaberg and for Fraser Coast and even Kingaroy, putting in for the Pink Flamingos. That's then getting more exposure for us. So that'll be something else that we'll start looking into and doing. And then finally, just in regards to hub updates, we haven't got any more yet, but that's potentially because I haven't put out to other regions yet. I just want to make sure we've got all our bases and the foundations done properly, and then I'll put out to new hubs. I have a few interested parties that I just have to follow up on. So maybe in this next month I might start doing that, and we might start to get a few more hubs. I'm thinking that potentially at this time of year, if we do get new hubs, they might start in February, and that gives them time to get their ideas settled, started, pull things together, and we'll start back in February again. So that's it for me, from my report of what's actually been happening. So I'd like to move that be accepted. Will anyone second that for me? Delise, thanks, Delise. And everyone happy with that?
Yes.
Thanks. Righto, treasurer report, Gabs. She's madly writing.
Are you back on board, Tina? You in?
I am. Can
Cool.
you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yep.
Welcome, Tina.
Excellent. Thank you.
On account of yeah, it's awesome, Tina. I've taken I didn't know what this bit was, so this was your report you were doing. I was looking at the agenda thinking, oh, what is this bit? Anyway, I've taken some notes for you, Tina. I'll send it through to you. On account of I actually forgot about the meeting tonight, I haven't done a treasurer's report, and I was just trying to log into the bank account and I have a new phone, so I'm going to struggle with that too. But last time I looked, we hadn't actually spent anything and we had earned a little bit of interest. So that is pretty much my report in a nutshell. I apologize. I'll be more organized in the future. I have a few jobs to do by the sounds. Are you having a look, Trixie?
I was just wondering if you'd like me to have a quick look. I haven't been on there for ages, but I can just have a look.
Yeah,
Let me go back.
I'm pretty sure I can't look, but that we haven't.
Yeah.
We definitely haven't spent any money, so which is it's a good thing. Treasurers like to report that.
Is
Let me see if I've got the right pin. Oh, I did.
Maybe I got it.
Okay. So, We
How'd
must
you
have
go?
spent, no, we must have spent some money.
you spent
Why?
We did spend some money. So currently in the current balance is $11,689.61.
There would have been from the birthday celebrations, wouldn't there?
Yes, you are correct.
After the last meeting, we've spent some, have we?
Yes. So since the
No.
meeting, I'm not sorry. Mum. I'm not sure, but whether we noted the fees. So we paid out in August Emily's coaching fees, Emma's coaching fees. I think we did discuss this last meeting. And then the out-of-pocket expenses for our event was mine, $929.42.
No, we've done all that.
We've done that?
The bank account balance last month was 11,681.79.
That's right. That was
So
the last
we-
pieces.
So
Okay.
we've earned a little bit of we've just earned a bit of interest, and that's it.
So
Am I
we got
talking too loud? I
interest
feel
of-
like I'm yelling.
That's right. No, you're right. $13.92 was interest, but there is this resident withholding fee of $6.10. Is that a monthly fee? or something?
Once we have our ABN, I would say we give that to the bank, and then they won't charge us tax on our interest. That
Right.
I would
That's
say
what
they're
we-
charging us tax on our
Yes.
interest. Yeah.
Okay.
So our last report was definitely all that was done.
Yeah.
And there's gone up a tiny bit, and that's the interest less that little bit of tax.
Right. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. Thanks, Gabby. So we'll just move that's Gabby's report, treasure report. Gabby, you move that.
Move that my report be accepted.
And seconder,
Tina,
Tina. Right. Okay. And that's everyone else. Very good.
Yep.
Okay, general business. So let's start with the resources. Jen.
Well, at the moment, we're waiting for that, the design.
Logos.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay. We're just waiting for that logo design, and then we can get on and get things finalised with that.
Okay. Jen, if we get a credit card, would that help with paying for some of these things?
Oh yeah, it doesn't, I'm not sure. I think Dana with the training resources, she was just going to get an invoice and give it to Gabby, and I've just got a couple to give to Gabby, the things
Right.
that I've purchased already.
Great. Gab, have you got a way that you want us to do that? We've lost her. Oh, there she is.
Sorry, I've got a tap to speak. Yes, I have a request for payment form that I'll send through to Jen, is it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Jen and Dana.
and Dana.
Dana and Dana. Okay.
Great. So Jen, you just put in that way, then Gabs can get it straight back to you.
Okay.
Okay, so you know out of pocket. Righto.
So basically, what you do is fill in the form and take pictures of the receipt and then send it back to me. Just have a good look at the receipt that you can clearly, in the photo, that you can clearly see all the information, because that will have to pass audit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay. Yes.
thank you.
Jen, you had Jen, Dana, and myself caught up a month or two back, and Jen was saying that they've budgeted. What would you work out the budget to be for each hub, for each region?
We were working on $1,000.
Yeah.
In the meeting, the last minute, it came out 1,019, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. And so,
Yeah, that's 1,019.10. So that's what
Someone might need to mute. Someone might need to mute themselves. There's a lot of noise in the background.
I don't know what it is. Not sure.
okay.
Yeah, and so we're aiming for currently for 6 regions, and then as we get sort of more money in from sponsors, then that we can sort of then start to increase that a little bit more. Well done, Jen. So maybe by the next meeting we actually might have
Have
some
something a bit more concrete and a bit more resources in your shed, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so Trixie's actually got to clean out her cycling room so that we can fit it all in there. I actually had a dream about that the other night because I know what big job it is for me to do.
Is that what you call it? A dream?
Oh my gosh, it was more a nightmare. I walked in there today thinking, if I took the day off sick, I could clean this cycling room.
Oh, I know
No.
someone that's got a nice big empty shed. She's only got bikes hanging in it.
I did have my bikes up. I could have space. I could now have space.
Well
if you
done.
get stuck.
Righto, good to know. Okay, so events. So Tanya,
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yes.
Back to Jen, because I was opening up my budget spreadsheet that I have from meeting 2 meetings ago, and I've got $1,000 by 6 hubs.
Yes.
So am I updating that to 1,019? Did she say 1,019 or don't worry about it?
2019,
Yeah,
but
but it could vary a little bit.
it's
In
Yeah.
we're trying
Okay.
to keep
just
yeah.
keep to the 1,000 is what we're
Yeah.
aiming.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But so I'll just
So
leave the
there's not
budget as is,
exact yet. It's more estimates at the moment. So
which
yeah.
is close to what we had anyway. That's good.
It is.
Thanks, Jen.
Okay.
Okay, Tanya, could you share around our chat that we had and what we're thinking of next year, and then you could tell everyone your news.
Yes, okay. All right. Let me just find a little schedule here. So sorry, Trixie, I wasn't
I know I did have it
organised
written
for
down
that.
too.
I have got it here.
Oh,
Just
good.
have to find a few bits of paper. Sorry, ladies, I'll just have to find it.
You better I'll write it down.
Okay, so we had a catch up and like looking at a bit of a schedule for month by month events. So we were thinking of something for the end of October, but because we're so close to the end of October, that's kind of been and gone. And we were thinking about, doing something with the Hervey Bay Maryborough group of ladies. So that Emily came back and said, look, they're quite busy for October, the weekends are full. So then we were sort of looking at something maybe for November. Emily, did you want to give it a little update on that, or is there anything to update?
I think I was waiting on your response.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I've been out of contact. Okay, so December and January were out on the schedule. February was let's get started, so we'd do a Bundy ride or a Hervey Bay ride in February. March would be like an end of March ride, like some sort of challenge or fundraising activity, like maybe even a rail trail weekend in the South Burnett. April, we've got the Tour to Brisbane ride and then the Bundy to Gayndah ride. They're back-to-back weekends. And then we talked about May for Agnes Waters, maybe a ride up there if a hub gets going up there with a few ladies. And then June and July, well, that was as far as we went, Trixie, with the planning for that. So that's it for now. I guess you're right, Trixie. In relation to Tour de Brisbane, I have contacted them several weeks ago to register as a group, but apparently the advice is you cannot register as a group for Tour de Brisbane. They will give you a
Oh.
discount code if you have a group of people. Well, that's what I've been told by their marketing
Okay.
person. She only seems to respond on a Friday, so I'm waiting now to get a discount code. She doesn't answer the phone, and hopefully Friday I'll get an email back with a discount code for anyone who registers.
Okay.
That's quite normal for the grand fondos, those kind of events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So that's it. And I guess after Trixie and I had this discussion, I've actually decided, ladies, I have to step back from being the event coordinator. I was very sorry about that. But at this point, I simply have too much on in my life. That's the reality.
That's
Sometimes
fine.
you've got to put your hand up and say, no,
Yep.
I can't do it. So
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Yep.
just really busy.
That's fine. But it was really great sitting down, having that discussion with you, because it made me really stop and sort of think about how can we, as an overarching thing. So this isn't just for the individual hubs, even though we're talking about our hubs putting on things. It's more around is as this grows, having events that ladies can plan on going to that's at a different region, and they can sort of be planning ahead. And we did talk about making it the last weekend of the month. So sort of focusing on the last weekend of the month and trying to put something on that last weekend. And like we were thinking just for this year, we'd try and do something regionally. So either one in Bundaberg or one in Hervey Bay, Maryborough, and make a weekend of it to see this year out. And that would then get the Bundy people can come through, and Hervey Bay and Maryborough, we can all sort of get together and have a good final year activity, say end of November. And then next year we'll start this calendar afresh, because the website will be ready to go and we'll be able to start putting on events. So Tanya, thank you. Thanks for just getting us started and getting us thinking about ideas and what we can do and pulling it together and starting that chase up. And it is no worries that you have to step down, because that's just the busyness of life and being ladies, and completely happy. As long as you don't leave our Bundaberg hub, that will be fine. You got to stick with us.
Will do.
That will just be a position that if there's anyone that would like to fill that position, it's available there.
You know what would be good is that knowing what exactly you have to have an event. Like if you have or do an event, what do I need? Like do you have to be really good? Do I official, like a first aid officer? Do I need all that to have an official event? Like how official are the events for like the proper events of us all coming? Is it just a ride? Like what sort of things do we need if we're going to put it on as an Australian Pink Flamingo sort of event?
I think it's something I'll have to look into, Em, because it is definitely what we need to work out. We need to have probably a little bit of a process around it to help ladies that want to organise something, but we'd need to have, I think Tanya was talking about, Jen, what did Aaron do up for us for Coraline?
Risk assessment.
Risk assessment. Yeah, we need to have a risk assessment created so that the ladies can just literally pull that, add their little details in it, and then it's just side. And I think it's more, it depends on how we go about it. It could potentially be Fraser Coast, for instance, says, I'd like to run a Pink Flamingos Australia event. And then you just get with your girls, say, what are we going to do? Let's do a ride from here to here. Let's do this here, and we'll go out for dinner one night. And then you just open it up to people saying, come along. And then I'd say just ladies find their own accommodation. Like you don't need to organise any of that. They find their own accommodation. This is the ride. This is where we're meeting.
Yeah, I think nationwide we've got in contact with maybe some of, I think, again, events coordinator got in contact with the places around, and we could maybe get a discount for X amount of people, because, it's like $100 plus, to go up to Bundy, it's heaps of money to stay there overnight. If people wanted to stay overnight, maybe we could get a discount in regards to that, I wonder. That's what I was thinking about when doing the overnight one here.
Yeah.
So it would be we could easily find, you know, an event. So I could easily get a first aid officer and I can get a vehicle to follow us. That would be easy. If we need more, you know. But yeah, and then there's other little things, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely something we would need to probably write up and have something in a plan in place that people can sort of tick off a checklist. You know, have you organised this? Who is it? Have you done this? Who is it? That type of thing.
Heidi did it with her wine thing because I'd really love her to think about doing that again.
Yeah, well, she probably will. And wasn't that the May Day long weekend?
Yeah,
Labor Day, yeah.
Was Labor Day, yeah. So look, I think Heidi would probably put that on again. And there is actually a lady who's down the road. Nanango, is Nanango close to? Oh, do you? I think she's Nanango. She's actually looking at starting a hub. Is that near Kingaroy?
I think it is. I think
Kingaroy, yeah. So we've got a new lady who's looking at starting a hub in Nanango, and she'll then partner up with Heidi. And so hopefully they, as that region, will put on that event in on Labor Day. I'll talk to Heidi and just that'll be something ready for next year that we can start planning towards. The winery rail trail, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so fun. Even if we did the one at Bundy, you know, because there's the gravel. Is it not the gravel? Oh, it's the gravel bike. It's probably a gravel bike, probably. But the rail trail up there, don't they have? And it's like you can. Was it Monto? Is Monto close to you guys?
Monto.
No, it's hours away. But
No. Kingaroy was.
There's a Boyne
even
Valley one that's just opened up.
Boyne Valley.
Oh.
Yeah. That's north of Monto towards Gladstone and that.
Yeah, that's what Dell's done.
Yeah.
We've done that. Yeah,
one.
we've done that one a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
Dell's done it a couple of times. But yeah, that's a different sort of one, and it could potentially be one. Yeah. So there's a few.
We've thought about doing that one and having an overnight because there's the showers and toilets there at that community hall.
Yeah, but there wasn't accommodation. That's a problem. Like
I don't know. Yeah, you'd have to have a support team with like camping or something. Yeah.
Whereas if you do the rail trail sort of in the Kingaroy one or the Brisbane Valley Rail Trail one, then there's accommodation at all different spots.
Oh, do that Linville to Black Butte one because that was so much fun, and the hotel. And do that.
Potentially, you know, we could look at doing, say, the Kingaroy Rail Trail the first part of the year, and then the Brisbane Valley Rail Trail the end of the last part of the year.
Yeah,
could be our the plans. Yeah,
risk assessment. What we have to do.
Cycling Australia actually has a template for risk assessment.
Yeah, most places have a template for risk assessments, like schools. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have a copy of it. I can.
Oh, great! If you have, can you email it? That's one less thing I've got to do.
I'm almost certain I have it on my file. So I'll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been when we did the commissaire's course, Trixie.
Oh yeah.
There was something I remember in one of the modules. There was the risk assessment thing.
Righto.
Yeah. Through Oz Cycling.
Okay, so Em, you'll look that up for us. Yeah. And I meant to ask earlier, I hadn't done it in regards to hubs. M and M, how M and M?
M&M.
I keep talking.
How are you both going with your coaching courses?
Yeah, good. I'm waiting on you. Emma's waiting on the blue card.
I paid for it this week. You did? Mine's all done.
Oh well, Emma's done.
Okay,
well,
so
if I paid for it, I could charge the club for the coaching fees.
Yeah. Smart. You can do that. So you've done what? The first one?
I have done the community instructor and the mountain bike level 0, which is, I don't know, foundations coach, I think.
Foundation instructor.
Oh, thank you. Yes. And then I'm planning on signing up for the actual next one next year for myself and the actual coaching one because of my background. I have personal interest.
Perfect. So, I'm just starting I'm going to show you girls all this just so you can see what I was playing with today. Oh, hang on. Yes, that's the screen I want to show you. So what I'm trying to just do is look at the hubs that we could potentially open here in Queensland. So I've been working on sort of regions, and then I was thinking, well, part of our deal is that we're going to be getting coaching, like the ladies coach. So what I'm trying to do is see when the ladies have completed, so undertaken. So like, for instance, I know Emily's undertaking these two, but they're not quite finished yet. Whereas I've got the community one I finished, but I'm still going on the foundation one. And now Emma has done those two. So what we need, Em, is probably the certificate or something so that we can file it and keep records of all the certifications. So that will just be something if you can send through once you've got that.
I haven't received it yet because mine was a 1-day course. As soon as they've finished all that paperwork, I'll forward it through.
So with your foundation instructor course, did you have to do like a practical experience?
Yes, because mine was solely mountain biking, we actually went out on the Bunya trails and that kind of stuff. And it was ours was actually more practical than it was classroom based.
Right. Yeah, good. Okay. Great. So you're the first ones actually fully qualified. Well done to you. Yay. We had this vision, but you finally made it come to life. Emily and I are still just plugging along.
What are we waiting for, Trixie? What are we?
Oh, I don't know, time.
I tried. There's literally nothing. So are we waiting for 6 people? Is that why?
No, it's just you and I have to just sit and do it. That's it.
Oh, what do you mean? No, we're waiting for the practical bit. I've done all the online stuff.
Well, you've done all the online. Practical we can do anytime. Scott Allison will do it for us.
Oh, I thought that's what we're waiting for. Okay, well, we're waiting.
We just have to plan. So I'll try and quickly. I'll get mine done this next week.
Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about it too much. It is what it is, isn't it? But
Scott said he'll do all that for us.
Oh, easy. Okay, then. Is anyone else doing it?
We just as we keep getting. Is there anyone else here in this group that actually would like to do like the community instructor and that? So it's once we get hubs, then those hub facilitators will be getting it. So
because I don't find the information that beneficial. I think the Scott practical thing will be beneficial, but like
it is.
Maybe the legal stuff will be good when I create my own thing. But it's when we have clubs, like until we're an actual club, like Steve, the president of the FCC, is free to do that, the stuff that Scott does. To send me. Well, he's already sent me something, which is really good. So that sort of thing already. So I think the clubs will support us in that regard.
Oh yeah, they can. And yes, we definitely can. We can utilize the clubs in that way, and we already have. That's why we got Scott. We have our boys come along, but it's still good to have. We really just need to train the women up so that I
think the other hubs 100%.
Yeah, it'll happen. But as we get new people, then and it's more about getting this process happening. So like helping them to find out how to log on, where to log on, then start doing it, pay for it. So, fund them, refund them, get the certification once it's done, that type of thing. And they're just supporting them as they're doing it to prompt them to get it done. So I just sort of created this document more as a reminder of who's done what and what I might need to do to chase it up.
That looks great.
So, okay. So yes, just backing up with the event coordination, we really need to think about next year. As I said, this year's we'll just be finishing off, but maybe if we could do something at the end of November, a nice event for us all to get together, potentially that'd be a nice way to finish. And then coming into Christmas, basically we'll just let the hubs do their own little Christmas parties. I know last year we did a barbecue down the beach. I was thinking even our ride the no drop ride could be one where we end up somewhere and have a little brekkie like we normally do. And then January, we tend to take off, actually have it as a break time for the social rides. You can still put things on, but there's no sort of pressure to do the rides. And then February, we start a fresh bike skills course, getting new people in, and then we'll have a calendar ready to go of what's coming up. So we might even talk to that at our next meeting to start establishing actual dates and events for next year so that we can actually get this event calendar. And we don't need much. We don't need to fill it up because the hubs will run their own things, but it's just about having those couple of key events that ladies might like, oh, I'd really like to do that. So I'm going to plan to take that time off and then go and do that particular ride. So it's just about having a few events in there that they can work towards. Any more thoughts around that, or any types of events you'd like to see for next year? I do know what I want to ask you, ladies. I would really love for us to think about something that we can raise funds for, because it's always good to have sort of be giving back. And I know we've got our give pay it forward account that we'll continuously put into. We've got $500 in there now from our event that we put on, but I'd love to sort of have something that we can be fundraising towards. And I know Tanya and I were talking about it the other day, different ideas. And I actually suggested, what about something like ovarian cancer, something that women might face, and that's sort of a silent killer. Women don't really know a lot about it, and when they do get tested, if they do get tested and they find it, it's one of those deadly killers. And literally, as I'd said that to Tanya, about 2 days later, a lady who I interviewed for my PhD, actually, so she was one of my students. She literally put on Facebook that she got ovarian cancer. Ovarian cancer. That's right. Out of the blue, fit and healthy, and she's got this cancer that just didn't even know, had no indication that she had it. So it just made me think, well, I wonder if we could find something like that we can fundraise for, that's women specific, but it's raising awareness, a particular health awareness. So I'd love you to think on this, like not make a decision right now, but think about ideas. Because I know we could do breast cancer, but it tends to be, it's done a lot, and there's a lot of breast cancer fundraising. But I'd love to do something that's just a little bit more unknown, but still something that needs attention drawn to it, that's related to women.
Domestic violence as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot, isn't there? There's probably a lot we can do.
There is a lot.
I feel like cancer's definitely done, but I feel like a big one's definitely domestic violence, isn't it? But nobody talks about it.
We can too. Yep.
With the women's health side of stuff, this is my current role at work is quite heavily involved with that, because I'm in diagnostic ultrasound. And yeah, October's breast cancer awareness month and that kind of stuff. So it forever is getting the massive push. But yeah, the ovarian cancer stuff really doesn't get any acknowledgement. And I personally, a close friend of mine in her mid-30s recently got diagnosed with it. If you are looking for companies that want to get involved with that kind of stuff too, being that we are Fraser Coast and Bundaberg, the BR group tends to pump a lot of money into community things. That's who I work for.
Bundaberg Radiology?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they might be someone worth approaching in regard, especially if you do something like that with women's health too. So it's a thought.
Yeah. Because I think especially if we could find, you know, a couple of women that actually have been diagnosed with it and get their stories, we could put it on the website then and just promote it and find out how do they find out about it? What do we need to do to check ourselves? It made me think, geez, I should book into the doctor. I need to do something as well.
Well, the awareness month is February, so
February.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Maybe.
Helen has just put a message on. Is Helen in this meeting? Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's put a message on saying, and I can't even say it properly. Endometriosis. Yeah, research.
Yes,
So
good one.
I don't know if you saw that.
that's a good one too.
Yep. Potentially, we can be looking at a few, like doing different ones. Maybe we could do February as our ovarian cancer awareness month, because that's when we get started. It's a great way of sort of getting everyone into it, setting themselves a challenge, fundraising for it, and then maybe we could do something different then at the end of the year.
Pretty sure the colour for for ovarian is teal, if that helps too.
Ah, you could be right. Now you say that. I know I looked it up, and there were 2 organisations. One seemed more like an actual organisation that charges, but the other one looked like ones that were fundraising for ovarian cancer. So I'd love to find the organisation, a good organisation that we can then donate to. So can you look into that to find out?
There's Ovarian Cancer Australia, that's the actual site, and you can donate directly to them.
Okay, ovarian cancer
Australia.
And then if we can find ourselves 1 or 2 women like your friend and my friend that could potentially, if they're open to share their story, write up a story on it and put that on the website. Okay. So that might even be something for February, and then we'll think about another one then for the end of the year that we can do. There's my Marley back again. Righty. Oh. Okay. Is there any other business? Get all our ladies.
I don't think so.
No.
Emily, maybe Fraser, Harvey Bay, maybe we should look at that for this month to get that one ready and established for next meeting.
Yeah, I was gonna go more the start of next year, like do that course in February, just because I'm so busy now. But I'm sort of starting a couple of rides there, so it's just hard because you have to have someone who goes quite frequently, and it's gotta be consistent no matter what, like who shows up. So I need really is that time to do that. But
is Belinda going to do it?
Yeah, I need to talk to her. She wants to, definitely. I think it's more about establishing that what we're gonna do, maybe. So I think if we all get together maybe and have a chat about it when you come down, because she's gonna obviously be here. If we go on that Bay ride, she'll be here too. So she'll probably. Well, I'm seeing her on Thursday as well, or Friday, one of them.
Okay.
So I'll chat more about it. But yeah, and that would be really good too, to start properly.
Okay.
Probably started yet.
Yeah, and it can start in February, but it would even be good to do a like a meet and greet, big event, or some of the guys down there could probably sponsor it, have it put on a big something barbecue ride. Yeah.
There's heaps of ladies. Like I did the rail trail one not that long ago in well, I don't know how long it was now, and there's loads of people that want to do it. It's just about consistency, I think.
Yeah, and getting that in place.
Yeah, but
Very good.
it will definitely do well, I think, when it does start up properly.
Good. So before we go, Jody, give us a rundown on your shoulder. How's it healing?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. I haven't really had that much pain, unless I sort of lean on it or something. Just doing my physio exercises like 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times a day. Um, I actually got on the Wahoo this morning and found that I can actually reach the handlebars. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I can. I'm pretty sure the surgeon would be pretty shitty about that, but anyway, she doesn't need to know. Yeah, so it's going all right, but it's just one of those slow processes, really.
Yeah. And what about the tandem camp? Tell us more about how that was.
Oh, it's bloody awesome. I think there was like 9 tandems, I think there was at one stage. We did all sorts of stuff. We actually, it was quite funny. We did one particular thing we did on the velodrome down there, which is more of an angle than our velodrome, so that was a bit interesting. But Renee and I were riding around that, and one of the drills was you had to get as close as possible. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. We've done all this shit. We'll be right. No problem. So we had to zigzag through some cones on our own, and then we had to zigzag sort of together, and then a bigger zigzag. And then there was this one bit where they wanted us to actually touch. And I'm like, oh, we got this down, Pat. We do this all the time. No problem. So Peter, who was running the camp, he came up alongside Renee and he's given her a fair old bump. And he said, see, no one died. I said, yeah, no, we do this all the time. It's fine. And then he's come up and given me a big bump, but, you know, it was fine. So I'm glad we'd already sort of done that. There were some other drills on the velodrome that we did, which will be good to do again, hopefully when I can get back on the tandem. We rode from our accommodation to the velodrome, and we went like from the accommodation north one day, south the other. And yeah, I had to tap out on Sunday. I think I said I can't deal with this traffic because we don't have any traffic here. So I tapped out and got a ride to a couple of places, but apart from that, it was really, really good. They're actually running another one in Adelaide at the Tour Down Under.
Oh,
Because
serious?
there's actually a Paralympic World Cup on at the same, like running it at the same time. But yeah, I won't be fit by then. I won't be bike fit by then. So then I think they're looking at running 3 or 4 a year in various places. So hopefully I'll be able to be a part of some other camps as well.
Right. That's wonderful. Good on you. It's good that you've done that, and you'll be leading the way when it comes to disabilities with Pink Flamingos Australia. We'll be able to have you as our poster girl.
be a big bloody poster.
And so before we go, can I get our newbies, so Emma and even Helen, who's hiding very quietly there, I don't know, and Steph, can you girls just introduce yourselves and just share about where you're from, what your love for cycling is, and so we can get to know you. Who's going to go first? Emma, go first.
Sorry, my boy's yelling in the background.
I'll just talk. Oops.
So I'm in Harvey Bay. As you guessed, I work in healthcare. I've been cycling basically probably my whole life to some degree or another. I've all disciplines. I was a BMXer back in the 80s, so I grew up watching BMX Standard. Yeah, that's it.
But when you were like 2.
No, I am an 80s child.
It's like a knife in the heart.
I've got 2 kids. You've seen the youngest one. He's a terror to say the least. I do off-road triathlons. That's my thing. I do triathlons mainly, but I've always loved mountain biking. I've done racing, road racing, crit racing, all that. I understand all that kind of stuff, but mountain bikes is my thing. I love being out there. Right. I love the dirt. I love the downhill, that kind of stuff. That's really it. This all came about because Emily and I got chatting after a event here recently where I was the only female riding in it. And that really annoyed me because like I had no issue riding with the boys. I do, that's it. But there's something about riding the trails and riding it with other women is so much more fun, and that's why we just needed to get other women out here. So
That's right.
that's what I'm here.
And I'll just share on that. Last night, Aaron from Carlisle Cyclists and I sat on a Oz Cycling forum, and it was about how to get new members and that. And there were a couple of groups. One in particular was, and I can't remember where it's from, Women's Mountain Biking Group. And they are going great guns, and it's amazing. The women have come out of the cracks to go and be involved in that. And it just made me realize, yes, we're onto a good thing when it comes to the mountain biking and women. It's what and their club loves it. Their women's numbers have just quadrupled.
That's it. RAT, I don't know what RAT stand for, but they're in the Redland Bay down in Brisbane. They got a massive women's mountain biking side. They run an event called Chicks in the Sticks each year.
Oh, yeah.
It's a women's only event. I've raced it. It is a ball. Women dress up. They have a grand old time that you can camp at Coringal Scout Camp and do it. It's a lot of fun, the women's racing. And mountain biking, there's just so many different disciplines of it too, for all different levels. It's a lot of fun.
That's wonderful. I'm just seeing Helen. You said here. So I'll read Helen's in a second. Steph, are you there? Can we hear you?
Can you? Oh man,
I can hear you. Yes.
Oh
We
shivers!
can't see you,
Sorry.
but we can hear you.
Can you hear me? But you can't see me because I'm in bed.
Oh.
Hey, I was up at 4:30 this morning going for a push bike ride.
Oh, well done.
So I'm in bed, but I've been lying here listening to you guys. I'm old enough to be Emily's mother. So
You joined the club then.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Yeah.
So I've just joined. I've been biking on and off for about 6 years because my sister got into it. And basically it's about, as I go into an older age, I want to be fit. I want to be strong.
Yeah.
So I'm just this older, I'm 56. And
Jesus, that's not old.
Del.
No, that's not. You're not the eldest.
I just want to see women out there in our 50s and 60s, just being strong and fit.
Yeah.
And that's what. And so I went out this morning with Emily and Deb, and they gave me a run for my money. It was good though. It was really good. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is to just be pushed out there.
That's good. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm keen as for this. Woman in Fraser Coast.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
And you haven't read out Rosie yet down the bottom. Oh, she's on the bottom of my screen. Rosie, your video's not working, is it?
I know. I'm having lots of. I've got it so that I can actually hear. And I've
That's
decided-
good. That's okay.
I've actually managed to Bluetooth it to my cochlea, but that's as much. I can't get vision as well. So I decided hearing was better.
So
It's not because you're lying in bed.
I know you're lying in bed. She's a New Zealander. She's a New Zealander lying in bed. I can hear from her accent.
That's it, exactly.
And this New Zealander is 75.
There you go.
And cycled 1,003 kilometres this year in New Zealand in 16 days.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh
So Rose is our poster girl for our cruiser group.
Yeah. I'm a long, slow distance rider. I'm not a crit rider. I'm a long, slow distance.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Well, I'm going to New Zealand to do the rail trail in March next year.
In May, we're going from Wellington to Napier via the coast road.
Oh,
we go every year.
Oh,
we've been since 1997.
I love that.
I think I missed 2 years plus COVID. There you are. Anyway, that's enough about me.
Well done.
But
See,
you'll see me.
we've got all ages, all ages.
All ages. All
So
speed.
Helen, I'm going to read out from our Pink Flamingos Australia page. She says, I'll do mine here. I started riding this year when I found the Pink Flamingo group. I live in Maryborough, born and bred. I'm a business owner. I got sucked into Emily's Just One More Hill. I'm considering my sanity after being attacked more times in the past few months by magpies than I have my entire life. And my encounter with the railway line today. Oh, don't say you came off today, didn't you? That was the photo.
Helen fell off. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, I saw that. I went, uh-oh. But she says, I'm addicted, so I'm sure I'll be back. I love road riding and enjoy trail riding and even a bit of mountain biking. So that's
good.
wonderful. And we
Can I-
always
They keep asking to get up earlier. They keep asking to go for rides, and they keep asking to go faster and longer. So it's not me.
Yeah, because we're going. Because Emily, I was going to post it. I reckon we should do a Friday morning.
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's lovely.
not
Love
me. I'll be like, get up at 4. I'm at the 4. It was 8 o'clock originally.
Okay, girls.
Midlife
thank you.
crisis.
Okay.
It was lovely to now meet you and hear a little bit more about you. So now you're starting to, and over time you'll get to meet the rest of this group and hear all our little stories. Jodie's trying to get some more stories like Emily's done so that we can post them up on the Pink Flamingos Australia site and just show that we are normal women getting out there cycling, and we're just a whole range of different loves and backgrounds and reasons for why we're cycling. Okay, so look, I think I'll just put it out there, is there anything else before we go? No. Let us set the next meeting then. So it's the 3rd Wednesday night of the month.
Mhm.
It should be coming up on, oh, damn it,
Should be easy to work out. 16, 15,
15th.
15. I don't think I got an invite. Oh, wait a minute. Am I silent?
No, you didn't,
I didn't get
because I was doing it and I was trying to remember everybody, and then I was
That's all
thinking,
right.
what's Rose's email? It's different. And then I think I forgot to go back and look for it and put you
It's
in.
absolutely fine. I
I
managed to
missed-
get in some of it. At least I can hear it.
Sorry.
No problem.
Rightio. Okay, so we'll call the meeting closed at what, 8:19. And thank you, ladies, for all coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we'll
Cool,
see you
thanks,
at
ladies.
our next
Yeah.
event.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye. No worries.
Oh,
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Night night.
Yeah, I'm already in bed and brushed my teeth.
Bye.
Wish I could get out of here. It'd be great.
Bye.
Bye. No lies.
See you.